Hello everyone, and good morning, afternoon, evening, night, or wherever you are. Welcome to this next full flight video of the PMDG 737-700 and Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'm Emmanuel, I'm a member of the PMDG tech team, and I am a real-world Boeing 737 pilot for a European airline. Note that I'm saying European airline here because I am not too familiar with the United States procedures, so if I'm doing something wrong, please excuse me for that, but you're more than welcome to point it out in the comments so that I can learn for my next flights. This said, let's hop into the flight deck and let's start on Delta Airlines flight 1682 from Flight Tampa's newly released Boston to New York John F. Kennedy Airport. Again, in this video, I am covering the roles of the captain, first officer, respectively pilot flying and pilot monitoring on this very sector, and I'm flying this on VATSIM. The standard caveats do apply. This is recorded using a pre-release software, therefore it is a beta. There will probably be some bugs around, and these are most likely known by PMDG. And for example, things like the trim sound are not yet added to the airplane, but they are going to be added for the release version, of course. This said, let's hop into the flight deck and go flying. Whoever parked this airplane with the transponder on, do your checklists more thoroughly next time. The stick shaker test is probably not going to work yet. We need 4 minutes of power on the AC transfer buses for that to work. I'll turn the hydraulic pumps on so that the PM can go do the walk around. And at the same time, it's time for us to decide how much fuel we want to take for this flight. In terms of the weather at our destination, New York Kennedy, that's all good. Our alternate airport is Boston, that's all good as well. And I don't see too much traffic online. At least not at this time of the day quite yet, however, it is New York, you never know. Let's just take some 5 minutes on top, just because we can. So that's going to make 11,000 pounds of fuel then, that we are going to order. We've planned for 120 passengers, 1,100 pounds of fuel. Let's quickly confirm if that is actually what's been planned for us as well. Yeah, it is. 120 passengers, 1,100 pounds of cargo. So let's start loading those as well. Enough data out of date, that's known. The IRAC still needs an update before release. Was current until a few days ago. I'm recording this on the 24th. Let's get an ATIS here and see what's actually online. Oh, there is none. But we did get a PDC earlier on. Let's see what we have in there. I do not see any runway in this, but I'm not too familiar with the procedures as they are using them in the US, so let's see what we're going to get there. I saw earlier on that some people departed off runway 9, so we'll just choose that for now. And if we do get something different by ATC, we can still change it. Similarly, let's see if we can get an ATIS for New York. We can. Rochester News, ILS 22 left or 22 right. Don't know which other two to expect, so we'll just go with 22 left for now. For the European audience among you, do note that these numbers, since we're flying for US airline, we're using the accurate and verified airline config of Delta Airlines that's been provided by PMDG for the Delta Airlines livery, so just beware that these weights are in pounds, not in kilograms. So if you're wondering why I'm loading 108 tons in the 737, then I have to tell you that I'm not. I'm loading 108,000 pounds, and that's a fairly normal weight for a 737-700. Again, Black Box 711 got a really good page here with airfield briefings, and we do have some very nice engine out standard instrument departure information available from him as well, which I'm using in here. So speed 240 below 10,000. Now we are in the United States, so we're going to leave that in. Combiner of the heads-up display is a little bit of a pain in my opinion, but nonetheless I'm sure that if I ever get to appreciate a head-up display in real life, that I will be very easily able to look over the combiner. Alright, refueling is finished, we can put the seatbelt signs on. JFK is pretty much at sea level, so we'll just leave it at that. Let's see what the PDC said again. Initial climb. Is that an initial climb to flight level 220? We are going to confirm that again with the air traffic controller. Now let's get out the Navigraph charts. Again, Navigraph charts are providing excellent JPassen charts for the flight sim community. And of course, all the rights for these charts do belong to JPassen. And here says top altitude 5,000, so that's what I'm going to use for now. Do we have an ATIS by now? Yes, we do. So let's see real quick here. Altimeter 3022. Departing runway 9. Okay, that's what we've been looking for. And the wind is coming pretty much straight on the runway. Very good. I'm just not going to set the ATC frequencies yet, since we do want to enjoy a little bit of silence until we are actually ready to talk to them. Let's see if we've got anything we can set up on our radios though for the departure. There, I see. If I'm closing this, I'm losing all my settings that I've done here. That's unfortunate. I guess minimizing it is the better option. Yeah, I'm afraid so. Well, we'll have to live with this. And anyway, there have not been any VOS or so that would play a role for our route, so we're not going to use any. Alright then, are you ready for the departure briefing? Threats for this particular departure. Well, the airport is pretty complex, lots of taxiways there. Phraseology that we might not be 100% familiar with. Best way to cope with this for us is going to be to be taxiing carefully here. Make sure that we understand our clearance before we go anywhere, and make especially sure that we are not accidentally crossing any runways that we're not supposed to be crossing. Alright, then let us do a route check, please. Going from Kilo Bravo Oscar Sierra to Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo as the Delta Alpha Lima 1682. The routing is leading us via the Sussex 6 departure to Sussex, then it's direct Buzzard, direct Sierra Echo Yankee for the Patch 3 arrival. And that's with a ground distance of 233, well there's 220, that's fine. Arriving with 8,000 pounds of fuel, and we require 5,400. So that gives us something in the region of half an hour of extra fuel. That should be more than enough to cover for any potential delay in JFK. Alright, the time UTC is 1645, altimeter 3022, giving me about 30 feet. The MFRA is going to be 1030, since we're basically departing over the water. Stand instruments are set, and flight directors on minus master. It is going to be a left seat takeoff from runway 9, flaps 5, NADP 2, and we have a standard instrument, a standard engine out instrument departure straight at 25 miles, pick up the hold. That's over the water there, so 3,000 feet is going to do. Above 80 knots, I will only reject the takeoff for fire warning, engine failure, predictive wind shear warning, aircraft unable or unsafe to fly. Fire call stop, I'll simultaneously close the thrust lever, disengage the auto throttle, apply maximum manual brake and verify operation of the RTO auto brakes. I'll manually raise the speed brake lever, apply max reverse thrust, and when the aircraft comes to stop, I set the park and brake. If you cold stop, I will not brakes on, speeding call, speed brakes up, or speed brakes up, and thrusters normal up, normal indications. I'll call 100 knots, 8 knots, 6 knots, and the runway distance remaining. Verify your actions and call in emissions. I call auto brake disarm and select flaps 40 when the parking brake has been set and advise ATC of the reject. We then identify the failure, carry out any drills as appropriate. If we decide to evacuate, we read and do the evacuation checklist. Time permitting, we'll pull the CBR circuit breaker. If the call before we want is keep going, there will be no actions below 400 feet except to cancel any warnings, raise the landing gear with a positive rate. 400 feet, verify heading, select, and we carry out the memory items. At the MFRA, we will buck up and retract the flaps and schedule. Flaps out no light, select level change, max engine thrust, engage the automatics, normal checklist, and then we make a plan. Now it's getting a little bit more interesting. That's the pushback. We're parked over here at the main terminal. Pushback onto the taxi line Kilo, and then taxi is probably going to be via taxi line Kilo all the way straight to runway 9. Maybe via Mike over here to line up this way, and maybe via Bravo and Mike to go that way. We'll find out when we actually get the clearance. Our departures, the Sussex 6 departure from runway 9. That's straight ahead to 520 feet. Here we have runway 9, Sussex 6. Straight ahead 092, 520. Then we go on to Claw, maximum 250 knots above 4,000 feet. Right turn 121, 4.4 miles to a Fanwy. Then it's right again 176, 4.8 miles to Buckwick. Guys, don't laugh at me. I'm sometimes still having a bit of trouble with those American way of putting the waypoint. Even though I do like the Kiss 2 arrival into Detroit going over the waypoint Tinder, but I guess that's for another video. Alright, so from Buckwick we're going on 176 degrees, 9.8 miles to Jester. And then it's a right hand turn 213, 19.1 to Sussex. We do have a top altitude 5,000 feet, so we've set that once and we've pre-selected it twice. Actually, we have our clearance already, so we're going to make that 5,000. Alright, do you have any questions on the briefing? That's perfect. Then let's do the performance. Let's quickly check if our boarding and everything is finished already. Fuel truck is finished for sure, he can go. We do have 120 passengers on board and 1,100 pounds of cargo. So these can all go. Can start the APU. So we've planned 108, we've got 108.7, that's roughly fine, probably some small discrepancy in my SimRig profile for the aircraft that I still have to correct. That's a gross weight of 119,000.9 pounds. I'm going to execute that. Now, I do currently not have any profile in TopCat for an aircraft that's set up in pounds, so bear with me. And it's a light airplane. We're just going to use 20k at 45 degrees, and that should give us a decent climb performance. Don't do this in real life, okay? Flaps 5, CG, for 5.3 units of trim, 124, 24, 28. Alright, again the trim sound is currently work in progress, so don't be surprised that you didn't hear it. Alright, APU is available. We're going to put that online. So we can release our ground power. Park and brake is set. Chocks can be removed. And we're going to close the doors. That's all doors closed. Alright, so let's start with the safety inspection checklist and before start checklist. Surfaces and shocks checked, maintenance status checked, battery on, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever down, ship's library checked. IRS mode selectors, nav, gear pins, 1, 2, 3 removed. Probe covers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 removed. Light test checked. Oxygen, test 100%. Yaw damper on, nav transfer and display switches, normal and auto. Fuel, we require 10,478. We've got 11,000 with 4 pumps on. Cabin utility FE galley power on, emergency exit light armed, fasten belts on, window heat on, air cannon press, packs auto, bleeds on, set, pressurization mode selector, auto. The instruments cross-checked, auto brakes, RTO, hydraulics, normal, speed brake, down to 10, park and brake, set, step from cutter switches, normal, wheel by fire warning checked, radius radar and transponder, set and standby, rudder and aileron trims, 3 and 0, take a briefing, discussed, PA, complete, FMC and CDU, set, M1 and IS box. We have him in automatic, reduced 20k, 45 degrees, speeds 124, 124, 128, set. Step trim, 5.7, set. Performance weight and balance, signed and sent, phones off, EFB, airplane mode stowed, flight awareness, cockpit door, locked, doors closed, and passengers seated. That's the before start checklist complete. Alright, let's quickly recheck our PDC then. So we have in here Delta 1682 beacon, that's our squawk, 1306. Climb by a sit, okay, so that probably means 5000. We're just going to reconfirm it with ATC. Expect level 220 10 minutes after departure. Additional information, departure frequency 133.0. This message serves as your departure clearance. You do not need to reply to this message. Contact Boston ground to 121.9 with location on the airport and current ATIS when ready for push, or if you have questions regarding this clearance. Okay, we are quickly going to contact him to confirm the initial climb. This is just something that we're doing very different in Europe. That's why I just want to be on the safe side. Boston ground, good evening, Delta 1682.
For the 1682, Boston ground, actually first UPS 411, monitor tower 128.8.
Monitor tower on 118.8, have a good one.
Aircraft calling, say again.
The Delta 1682, we just want to confirm our initial climb clearance.
It's climb via SID and top altitude is 5,000 feet as charted.
Delta 1682, thank you via the SID, and the top is 5,000. And confirm we do require pushback clearance here?
Affirm.
Roger. Okay, so some airports here in the US on VATSIM, they just say you push without ATC clearance. And in some others, apparently they don't, that's why I just had to ask. Alright, so 5,000 is confirmed by ATC. We have 1306 in the squawk machine, and the departure is set
Jazz
on the Sussex
8609
as per our
Boston ground,
PDC.
hello, push into the ramp at your discretion, advise spot 7.
Alright,
taxi.
that should be complete. Let's start preparing our pushback then, before we are actually going to call ATC.
Boston ground, good afternoon, Delta 6296, spot 7, ready for taxi, with information Foxtrot. Delta 6296,
Do they have a truck anywhere
taxi
here?
via Kilo, Mike, cross runway 4
Now they
left.
do.
Runway 9 via Kilo, Mike, cross 4 left, Delta 6296.
But I think there used to be a bug in toolbar pushback, so we just gotta cancel the planned pushback, stop this. Now that we've got the tug here, we can replan this. That's a little workaround I'm using in case they are not doing anything. Now, some of you will probably say, what an idiot I am
Delta
for doing that,
376, monitor
because it
tower
would be so
128.8,
obvious
good
from
night.
the manual. And that's probably
Monitor
right.
tower 128, have
I
a
have
good
to
night, Delta
admit, I didn't
376.
read the manual of toolbar pushback. Right, anyway, now,
Cockpit to ground.
here we go.
This is ground. Stand by.
Let's get them to prepare the aircraft, and once they're done, we're going to request pushback.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all
Delta
ground equipment
1682,
is removed.
request push and start.
Good night.
We are cleared for start and push.
Tower 28.
Okay, clear for push start. Please release parking
Someone
brake.
there, go ahead.
It's Delta 1682 looking for pushback and startup.
Delta 1682, push to the ramp at your discretion, advise spot 7, ready for taxi.
Pushing to the ramp out discretion, will go Delta 1682.
Please release parking brake.
Right, below the line. Air compacts off, anti-collision on, park and brake set, transponder alt off. 4-star checklist complete, brake
Parking
release.
brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
Passing ground, good evening.
Yeah, we'll start on the
sequence.
Clear 4 right at Romeo, going to Charlie 10 today. JetBlue 592, Boston ground, welcome to Boston, taxi to parking via November Alpha.
So our engines are
cross
probably
runway
behind
22
the line.
right,
Starting
hold
engine
short of
number
runway
2.
15 left. November Alpha cross 22 right, hold short 15 left, JetBlue 592.
N2, oil pressure, N1.
Delta 6296, monitor tower 128.8, good night. Over to tower Delta 6296, we'll see you. Attention all aircraft, Boston ATIS information, Gulf now current, wind 020 at 5 knots, altimeter 3024.
Okay,
Okay,
altimeter
pushback completed.
3024 is
Please set your
set.
parking brake.
Parking brake set. Ground. You may disconnect.
Static cutout,
Okay, sir.
monitor
Clear
2,
to
starting
disconnect.
1.
Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
N2. N1, oil pressure.
JetBlue 592, cross runway 15 left at November, hold short of runway 15 right. Cross 15 left at November, hold short
Static
of 15 right.
cutout,
JetBlue
monitor
592.
1. 2, 4, 6, 3. Number 1 stable. Plan flaps 5 there, so that's what we're gonna use. Right, the ground crew is clear, I've seen the pin. Flight controls. Up, down,
JetBlue 592,
Left,
cross runway 15 right at November,
right.
taxi parking, good night.
left.
Cross runway
Right.
right at November, taxi parking, JetBlue 592, good night.
Right, before taxi checklist. Generators on, APU off, start switches continuous, probe beat on, anti-ice off, air conditioning, PAX auto, bleeds on, isolation valve auto, flaps. That's 5 required, 5 selected, and green light. Step trim is 5.3 units set. Start levers idle, turn flight controls checked, recall checked, before taxi checks complete. Delta 1682, request taxi.
Delta 1682, runway 9er, taxi via Kilo Mike, cross runway 4 left.
Delta 1682, runway 9er, Kilo Mike, and cross runway 4 left. Right, let's quickly see where we are going. We said we're going there. Kilo and Mike. And we cross 4 left, that's this one. Alright, so it's straight out, slide right. Good, we can do this. Config. another quick look here. Basically keeping all the way to the right for as long as we can until we've cleared the apron.
Boston Ground, this is American 2077. We're currently having some issues with our stab trim staying set for takeoff, so we're trying to fix it here currently.
Roger.
Okay, let's do the before takeoff checklist to the line. Config, checked, flaps, 5, green light, stab trim, 5.3, set, takeoff briefing, it's going to be a left seat takeoff on runway 9, flaps 5
Frontier
and
flight
DP2,
56,
speeds 24, 28, set,
back taxi,
tax
runway
auto, bleeds on,
33 right,
ATIs off.
west on November,
The set is taking us
Alpha,
straight at right turn
runway
out, we're going to get a
right,
handoff to
short
the
of
departure
runway
frequency
15
133.0. Alright, apart from that, our engine outset is simply taking us straight at 25 miles over the water to hold in 3,000 feet. Any questions? Cabin, secure, before takeoff checklist complete, down to the line.
Boston Ground, United 131 information, go.
Okay, so now we're going straight ahead on Kilo, crossing 4 left, and thereafter it's first to the right, and I guess that where the other delta is over there is our holding point. So confirm readback? Yeah, clear to cross 4 left. And this gentleman then is landing on 4 right, I guess. Guessing, always the best thing to do in a cockpit. Not. Okay. Clear left and right.
Delta 1682, monitor tower 128.8, good night.
Monitor tower 128.8, Delta 1682, good night.
Jazz 8609, runway.
Delta 1682, Boston Tower, good evening, runway 9er, line up and wait.
Delta 1682, good evening, line up and wait, runway 9er.
Lufthansa 1544 Heavy, exit left of Romeo, contact ground 121.9er.
Right, so confirm readback. Line up and wait, runway 9er.
Boston, good evening, Walker 1776, 9.5 DME ILS 4 right.
Walker 1776, Boston Tower, there'll be one departure prior to your arrival on the crossing runway, wind 040 at
right,
5,
before
runway
takeoff checklist
4
below
right,
the line.
clear to land.
MCP, set,
Copy the traffic, copy
transponder,
the wind,
Tara,
runway 4 right,
strobe
clear
lights
land.
on, holding at landing lights.
Delta 6296, contact departure.
Departure, Delta 6296, yeah.
Is that light supposed to be there? Well, I'm probably supposed to be on the other side of this line, so no comment on that. Departure frequency 1330 is what we've had in our PDC.
Delta 1682, wind 040 at 5, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Runway 9er, clear for takeoff, Delta 1682. Right. Landing lights on, before takeoff checks complete. Timing, stabilized, set takeoff thrust. Takeoff thrust set, indications normal. checked.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Delta 1682, contact departure, have a good flight.
Contact departure, Delta 1682. Good night. Right, quickly going to engage the autopilot, start the acceleration, then we'll call departure. Lock up. Boston departure, good afternoon, Delta 1682, out of 1300, climbing 5000.
November 611, Whiskey,
Got one.
fly heading 240, vectors for the
Speed
visual
check.
approach for left.
Zephyr 0, Charlie Sierra.
611, Whiskey, fly heading 240, vectors for the visual approach for left.
240, visual for left.
Flaps up. Speed check.
Delta 6296, contact center 134.7, good day.
Over to center 134.7, Delta 6296, yeah.
Delta 1682, is that you checking in?
Delta 1682 FM, passing 2.2, climbing 5000.
Delta 1682, your radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Delta 1682. Right,
JetBlue
set.
1806, maintain 170
Got a
knots,
4,000
greater to
restriction
Milt,
there.
contact the tower,
Not gonna make that,
128.
so we'll take those out. Right, flaps up and alight.
JetBlue 1806, maintain
Pina,
170 knots,
we'll
greater
stay
to
on
Milt,
local.
contact the tower, 128.
Let's do the after takeoff checklist.
Ready at 170 till 5 dB and contact tower 128.8, JetBlue 1806.
Right, air can
Hey,
impress.
Joe Charles here has the Mystic and the Charles in place.
November 610, Charlie
Set.
Sierra, roger.
And the airport for that matter.
November 610,
And
Charlie Sierra,
altimeters
roger. Enter
13024 for now.
enter a left downwind for runway
Alright.
4 left.
Enter left down 14 left, 0 Charlie Sierra.
And November 610, Charlie Sierra, maintain 6,000 for now. I'll get you lower shortly.
Okay, maintain 6,000. And 0 Charlie Sierra, I'd like to start down when we can.
November 610, Charlie Sierra, descend to maintain 3,000.
3,000, 0 Charlie Sierra.
And November 610, Charlie Sierra, altitude your discretion.
Altitude my discretion, thanks.
November 611 Whiskey, turn 10 degrees left.
10 degrees to the left.
Right, engine ATS on. Charlie. The scenery is just absolutely beautiful in the simulator, isn't it? It's one of those things that even makes me imagine
Southwest
that I
1014
could
box approach.
actually do a long haul in real time in the simulator. Alright, altimeters. Passing 10,600, climbing 14,000, 10 checks. Fuel is balanced with 4 pumps on, lights off, APU off, air can impress 4.4. And set. Fasten belts will remain on, but we can release the cabin crew already. Recall checked, 1 to 1.5, monitoring, 10 checks complete.
Boston approach, southwest 1014 will be descending to flight level 110.
Vertical
November
speed.
610 Charlie Sierra, contact the tower, 128.8.
128.8, good night.
Delta 1682, contact center, 134.7, good day.
134.7, Delta 1682, good day.
November 611 Whiskey, descend and maintain 3000. Delta 3000, 11 Whiskey.
013.
Southwest 1014, Boston approach,
0.7.
Boston information call.
And descend 5000,
To go.
220.
And monitoring vertical speed.
Boston Center, United 897 Heavy, level 5, level 270, Kennedy VOR.
United 897, Boston Center, roger. And once Sierra Victor, when do you plan on starting your descent?
I was just about to do that now, 121 Sierra Victor.
Roger.
Boston Center, good evening. Delta 1682, passing 13,500, climbing 14,000 in Manchester.
Endeavour 5446, clearance on request. Delta 1682, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 220.
Delta 1682, climb maintain level 220.
UPS 1903, direct Roebuck.
Set. 220 checked.
Direct Roebuck.
VNAV.
United 897, direct
Full climb
Roebuck.
thrust.
Direct rollback, United 897 Heavy.
UPS 1903, maintain 320 knots or greater for space.
Maintain 320 knots or greater.
United 897, what's your Mach number?
0.76, United 897 Heavy.
United 897, reduce to Mach 74.
Back to 74, United 897 Heavy.
Engine anti-ice off.
T by Tango, turn 30 degrees right for traffic.
Right turn 30 degrees, 25 Tango.
Delta 220, turn 5 degrees left.
5 degrees left for Delta 220.
Boston Center, UPS 411, Heavy, give us a bit, about 10 minutes or so.
UPS 411, yeah, that's fine.
Right, let's release passengers.
Delta 1682, clear direct parch.
Delta 1682, clear direct parch.
JetBlue 696, contact Boston
Right,
approach 133.0.
Delta 33.0 for JetBlue 696.
Right, and to parch. Execute. LNF available. LNF.
Delta 220, descend and maintain 3000.
Vertical speed.
Descend and maintain 3000, Delta 220.
What's the cruise Mach number gonna be? 59. Alright, so we'll just keep this.
Emirates 7 Golf Victor, Boston Center, roger. Delta 6296, clear direct Jersey. Delta 6296, clear direct Jersey.
Clear direct Jersey, Delta 6296.
UPS 1903, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Flight level 20.
United 897, descend and maintain flight level 250. On actually disregard.
One to go.
Descend and maintain from flight level 250, United 897 Heavy.
United 897 on transition 280 knots.
Roger, 280 knots on the transition, United 897 Heavy.
$95 miles to the top of the
Once you're Victor, contact New York approach 128.12. 121 Sierra Victor, contact New York approach 128.12.
New York approach 128.125, 121 Sierra Victor. Boston Center, United 131, passing 8,500 for 14,000.
United 131, Boston Center, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Alright, here we are.
United 131.
It's a short
T5
flight,
Tango,
so
back direct Gardner, thank
don't
you.
have that much time to relax.
T5 Tango, direct.
Got the latest status already. And then
Delta
we'll get
220,
going
turn left heading
with the
330.
approach preparations.
Left heading 330 for Delta 220.
United 897, descend and maintain flight level 230.
So,
Flight level 230.
Kennedy 8 is in for hotel from 2351 Zulu. Don't get confused by the time, you're semi-simulated to daylight, so
Polar
that you can see a
733,
little
boss,
bit
center
more.
Roger. Alpaca 40, correction,
Wind
Fallow,
206, 10 knots,
4051, Washington is
overcast
closed,
and
frequency
7000,
change
11 degrees, 3027, Proton uses ILS.
DHL 289, where are you going?
2 to left or 2 to right now, alright, so that's a little bit of a change there. Boat activity in the vicinity, number of trains operating at JFK, operating
DHL 289,
Charlie on all
turn right,
taxiways
direct
and runways,
ocean.
read back all runway hold short instructions. And advise you have info hotel. Right, so it's gonna be runway 22.
Would I ask to switch frequencies, JetBlue 53?
Possibly. I don't see you anywhere. Where are you?
Right, so 2 to right is the better one for us, but I guess it's probably gonna be 2
Endeavour-
to left.
Hello, Delta 1194, Providence.
Endeavour 5446,
As far as
clearance
I
available.
remember, they're usually using the right one for the departures. Let's plan
Entry
2
clear
to
to the
left.
Boston Airport, Syracuse 2 departure, radar vectors Lambsden as filed, maintain
So you
4000,
control-
squawk 4715.
2 to left is what we have already. March 3 arrival. Runways 22. Let's see what that looks like.
5446, feedback correct, runway 10, taxi via Alpha, advise ready for departure. And was that 1194 checking in?
Affirmative, 1194.
Delta 1194, thanks, direct robot, climb and maintain flight level
It would be
210,
very
maintain
handy to
280
know
knots.
which gate we're gonna park on, but I think we'll just have to find out by the time we get there. Maybe ask ATC, they might have an idea.
Flight level 340 on to
Even though it seems that in the States here, yeah, traffic controllers are mostly just saying taxi to the
Delta
ramp.
220, confirm we should
But
getting a turn
we'll have
right
to
now.
ask him which one the Delta ramp actually
Delta
is.
220, I'm sorry, that's my fault. Heading,
I guess for my next full flight I'll
210
have to
to
do a
join,
little bit of
descend and maintain
preparation to the
2500.
airline I'm using.
Heading 2, heading 210, doesn't maintain 15,000. Correction 1500.
It's heading 210 to join localizer, maintain 2500.
Maintain 2,500, apologies.
JetBlue 223, I terminated you a long time ago, sir. DHL 289, descend via the Ocean 5 arrival, runway 4, right transition, Boston altimeter 3024.
Via Ocean 5 arrival, altimeter 3024 for runway 4 right, DHL 289.
Delta 1194, maintain 300 knots.
300 knots, Delta 1184.
Delta 220, confirm we're clear for the ILS approach.
Delta 220, 2500 until established, cleared ILS 24 approach, sorry about that.
We're clear for the ILS from runway 24, Delta 220.
United 897, descend and maintain flight level 210.
Descend and maintain flight level 210, 9897 heavy.
Boston Center, Delta 415, with you descending through flight level 315.
Delta 415, good evening. Polar 733, clear direct robot, descend and maintain flight level 230.
Alright, let's do the approach briefing then. Threats for the arrival, once again we have a complicated airport.
Polar 733, direct robot,
We
descend
can't
and
quite
maintain flight level
foresee where
230.
we are going to park, so taxi is a little bit of a thing here. 2 to
Polar
left, we'll have
733 on
to cross
transition,
2
speed
to right
280.
as well. So, crossing an active runway. That's something of a threat as well.
Delta
so we just
220,
have
wind
good lookout, make sure that we're actually not running into anything.
330 at 6, runway
So we've
24
got
clear to land.
240 below 10,000.
Delta 220.
Center burn,
This is
1225 Tango, go off frequency,
filled
2
in.
mics.
122 by
Rings
Tango,
around
I'm sorry,
to
what was the
left,
request?
66,
I'd like to go off
10-4.
frequency for 2
For
minutes.
the arrival, we've
Oh, yeah,
got
that's fine.
departure 3 on off arrival.
25 Tango.
UPS 1903, clear
Already
direct
going to
Brody.
Parch, and from there it's 265, 32.4 to Calbutton, expect 250 knots and 12,000.
This is American 2077 timing through 11,004.
So that's in, and it's left
American
turn
2077,
229,
thanks, climb and maintain,
18.1
flight level
miles.
360.
To Rover, expect at
20,360,
9,000. Strange that all constraints are missing here. That certainly should not have happened. Then it's a right and turn,
DHL 289,
283,
contact Boston approach
14.3
133.0.
miles to Crail. And then it's 302, 13.8 miles to Capit.
DHL 289, contact Boston
ILS
approach
approach radar vector for
133.0.
runway 22 left. That's on a plate 21-4, effective 31st of December. Frequency
Center
is
burn, 25
110.9, set active for both radios. Final approach course is 224. We're going down to minimums of 212 feet. That's set on both
UPS
sides.
1903, descend via the
And
Robux
the
3
actual
arrival, runway
elevation
4 right
12 feet with
transition to
0
Providence,
selected
altimeter
up here.
3022.
MSA wise, 2,000 feet and 2,900 going into the direction of Manhattan, so 3,000 around is keeping us safe. The approach starts at Zalpo in 1,800 feet, and we have roughly above 3,000 feet there as well. We've made a 180 knots at Rossley since that's about 10 miles out.
Delta 376, contact New York Center 125.32.
Just with the sounds and thought I might have been disconnected from VATSIM, but not the case luckily. So roughly 3,000 feet, then to Zalpo in 1,800 feet. That's where our final approach point is. We've got a 3-degree glide slope. There is no further check altitude implemented here. And we're going down to the minimum of 212 if we're to go around.
Jazz 8609, Boston
And
Center,
the routine
climb
is
and
climb on
maintain, flight level
500 feet, then
300.
climbing left on 3,000 feet. So we're on the runway track 500 feet, then left turn 3,000 feet up on JFK.
Jazz 8609, leaving 15,000.
Our radial
clear direct
190 is
F-dot.
188 in here, that's close enough to chant intersection to hold. Alright, if we have to go around, press toga, go around flap 15, side, go around thrust, raise landing gear with a positive rate, 400 feet, verify
United 131, clear direct Kiever.
5.
With the Kiever, United 131.
Sorry, just got a little bit distracted here. What's that mode where you don't get the A3 mode again? My company does not have a head-up display.
Solaris
so
3653, cleared to the Boston Airport, Syracuse 2 departure, radar vectors lamps and as filed. Maintain 4,000, squawk.
Right, so again, if we have to go
4747.
around Toga, go around flap 15, set go around thrust, raise landing gear with a positive rate, 400 feet, on off flap 5. There is no speed restriction, so we clean it up completely. Flaps 1, flaps up. When we're level in 3,000, engage the automatics after takeoff checklist under the side.
Quebec Direct, runway 10, taxi via Alpha, advise ready for departure.
Right, we need a minimum diversion of fuel for Boston of 5,400 pounds. We're arriving
And no,
with
taxi to 10, advise ready for departure.
7,400, giving us 2,000 pounds extra. 2,000 pounds, that equals roughly half an hour of flying. We're burning exactly 1,000, make a landing weight of
United 897, descend via the Robux 3 arrival, runway 4 right transition, Providence altimeter 3022.
Flaps 30.
Via Robux 3 for right transition, altimeter 3022.
Now we'll apply the
United
minimum
897, maintain
occupancy
280 knots
procedures here.
until
The runway
Robux
is
at
not
public
very
speed.
long either. So it's going to be auto brakes 3,
Maintain 280 until Robux at
aim to
public
the gated
speed.
hotel, and if we can't make
Delta
that, we're going to
220,
go
ground
for
point 9.
Juliet. Right,
Ground point
taxi
9.
then, again via our hotel
Contact
or
ground.
Juliet, crossing to right, and then we're going to join the either of the main
Delta
taxiways.
6296, say again.
Have to see a little bit on which one we're actually going to get here.
Let me get you to New York if that's okay, and then you can take care of that with him.
Okay, this might be
Delta
domestic.
6296, descend and maintain flight level 340.
Well, sounds good. looks rather good at least, and this one probably as well.
Delta 415,
No.
request start.
Okay. So nothing international.
That's your
It's gonna be
discretion.
either of those really.
Sensor,
We'll ask it to see
UPS
which terminal
411
we're actually
heavy with
parking.
you back in
Alright,
with follow
so that
330.
should be approximately
Thank you.
it. Do you have any questions?
653-14000.
Right, then we'll do the descent checklist.
UPS 1903, contact Boston, approach
NEIs off,
13.0.
forward spring fuel discussed, IS and outbox
33.0,
are
thanks for
checked and set. Descent checklist complete.
Sorry, who checked in?
JetBlue 73 passing 11,600, climbing 17,000.
JetBlue 73, thank you. Climb and maintain flight level 210. Do not exceed 280 knots.
210, not exceeding 280 knots, JetBlue 73.
JetBlue, correction, Delta 415, direct Roebuck, descend and maintain flight level 230.
Direct robot, descend and maintain flight level 230, Delta 415.
Delta 415 on transition 320 knots or greater.
On transition 320 knots or greater, Delta 415.
United 897, contact Boston, approach 133.0.
123.0, 9897, have a good night.
Delta 1682, standing by for descent.
4 right transition, correction, Providence, altimeter 3022.
3022, descend via robot 3 arrival, 4 right transition to 1194.
Delta 6296, contact New York on 125.32, make your request.
125.32, so Delta 6296, yeah.
American 2077, clear direct D-Babe. American 2077, clear direct D-Babe.
Delta 1682, request descent.
Delta 1682, cross Calverton, add and maintain 12000 and 250 knots, see Kennedy altimeter 3027.
Delta 1682, cross Calverton, at and maintain 12000, Kennedy altimeter 3027.
That's Calverton at 12,000 and 250 knots.
Yep, Calverton at 12,000 and 250 knots, Delta 1582, thanks.
Thank you. UPS 411, Washington is closed, frequency
Right,
change
that's
approved.
12,000 set. And top of descent at 1 mile.
American
Let's go do that.
2077, Boston.
So we do have the 250 restriction, 12,000 in the air. That's good.
JetBlue 73, direct Roebuck.
Direct Roebuck, JetBlue 73.
And on we go.
Delta 1194, maintain
Set
300
altimeter
knots until Roebuck, then public
3027.
speeds.
And we're right away high. That's something PMDG still has to fix. The real airplane would have known the altimeter setting, that's why we entered into the descent.
Number 5446, runway 10, clear for takeoff.
And once we've done that, it is going to adjust the VNOC path. for
Delta
the
1194,
altimeter
contact
adjustment,
Boston,
so that
approach
there is not going to
133.0.
be any rather big jump.
133.0, good day, thanks.
PMDG is aware of that. They are looking to fix it, but probably not for the initial release version, but I'm sure it's going to come at some point. This is looking better.
American 653, Boston. Polar 733, descend via the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 4 right transition, Providence altimeter 3022.
Descending to Roebuck 3, 4 right transition, 3022, Polar 733 heavy.
Polar 733, 280 until Roebuck, then published speeds.
280 until Roebuck, then published speeds, Polar 733 heavy.
Landing at 51, so 20 minutes. A little bit of time left for the passengers to move around before we are going to turn on the seatbelt signs. We do want to put it on at least 15 minutes before landing. Even though pretty much any airline is doing that differently.
American 633 Boston Center. American 653 Boston Center, climb and maintain, flight level 380. American 2077, are you here? Delta 1682, contact New York approach 128.12, good day.
128.12, Delta 1682, see ya.
JetBlue 1879, Washington is closed, frequency change approved.
Alright, intercom for JetBlue 1879, good day. 1658, radar contact to altitude.
1600 feet, Delta 1658.
1658, Roger, climb and maintain 1515,000.
Hi, 1515,000, Delta 1658.
New York approach, good evening, Delta 1682, passing 15,400, descended 12,000 inbound Calverton.
Delta 1682, New York approach, advise you have information hotel.
Delta 1682, we do have information hotel.
Thank you.
Yeah, we do. Engine anti-ice on.
Jet 650, runway 19, clear to land with 2108.
19, clear to landing, that's Jet 650, we'll be parking that jet.
For the 1658, turn left heading 320.
Left
Want to
320,
go
Delta
1 vertical speed due to the Calverton
I'm sorry,
restriction.
Jet you're parking with?
That's just as well, Quebec.
Thank you.
You don't need to add thrust anymore. It's a 250 restriction anyway. Sometimes by the VNAV logic, if you're in front of the VOR, it tries to accelerate again, only to decelerate again then if the actual airspeed has been lower than the speed of the VNAV path previously.
And departure, very good day, this is American 1279, we're climbing through 2,500 on the runway heading out of JFK.
American 1279 near departure, radar contact, turn left heading 055, climb and maintain 11,000.
Now it wants to enter energy compensation mode since we're above the predicted VNAV path, which is very slowly descending. But since ATC hasn't cleared us further down yet, we're just going to maintain 250 with the speed window open. Reset MCP altitude. I disagree, we don't need to set it.
Contact near center 125.32, good night.
About 9 miles per hour rover is where we need a further descent to make the 9,000 restriction, if ATC wants us to do that.
Near approach for wings 2000 to flight level 198, descending Delta 3. We have information, Echo.
Doing 2002 near approach, advise you have Echo.
Yeah, we got Echo 2002.
Delta 1682 standing by for further descent.
Delta 1682 descend to maintain 5,000.
Descend to maintain 5,000, Delta 1682. Set, 5,000 checked. Level change. We'll need 2,000 feet a minute to make that rover restriction.
Yeah, to make it so 798 and 11,000.
Very good speed. Get a speed brake. We'll need that when we're going at 2,000 feet a minute now.
American 1279, contact New York Center 125.32.
125.32, let's see now.
Vertical situation display is really useful in situations like this. I love it. Temperature is plus 11. Engine ATS off.
Delta 1682 depart rover heading 310.
Delta 1682 depart rover heading 310. Starting the turn anyway, heading select. Level change. Altimeters passing 9,500 and 5,000 turn checks.
Yeah, no.
Cabin crew, 10 minutes to landing.
Alright, taxi to ramp via Lima and it's C2 cross from the
Fuel balanced with 4 pumps. Lights on, angle of bank 25.
Okay, I see where you're parking, yep.
Back and press 4.0. Set, fast melts on, recall checked. 21.5. Deselected, 10 minutes given, 10 checks.
If he didn't tell you yet, I just spoke more. But yeah, less than 6 approach from Newark. Yeah, appreciate it. You left in Newark, guys. First up, too.
Right, I'll take Rosalie on top now since we're on radar vectors anyway. We'll need 850 feet a minute in order to make that. Make it 950 so that we're a little bit below the path then, which will make it easier to slow us down once we'll have to. Delta 1682, are we expecting 2 to left or 2 to right?
Delta 1682, you stick down, let's only 2 to left approaching Kennedy.
Let's 2 to left in Kennedy, Delta 1682, thanks.
New York approach, 9131 Kilo, Cessna, or 10 miles to the southwest, inbound, full stop. We have weather in Morristown.
Alright, 9131 Kilo, did you want flight calling or are you just calling tower?
Calling tower, to make an inbound for full stop.
So, first check, frequencies 110.9 rings.
We'll take 1 through, please.
Round the runway 2 to left, 10 and 4. Idents.
9131 Kilo, make a right face.
India Whiskey Yankee. India Whiskey Yankee. Standby instruments are set. Courses.
Right base, runway 13. We'll make a call 2 miles.
Instruments, cross-checked. Approach rates, checked and set. Approach checks complete.
That'll work. I'll give you a call. Thank you.
The New York area is so amazing. Just seeing these huge cities here in the United States. That's something. Delta 1682, descend maintain 3000. Set, 3000 is checked. Yeah, those cities are something we're not used to see that big as Europeans. It's amazing. It really is.
Dear Coach, good evening. The station 7 Romeo Foxtrot out of East Hampton. Looking at favorable clearance on the ground here to Boca Raton.
Somewhere around this time the cabin will probably be secure. And then we'll put the chime on, just as a reminder that the cabin is actually secure.
Red vector speeds and assault maintain 5,000. Step level 36010 minutes after departure. Departure on my frequency, squawk 7155.
Alright, precipitation 7 Romeo Foxtrot, clear to Boca Raton. Radar vector speed, send us filed up to 5,000. Expect 3601 minutes after departure with you, squawk 7155.
Read back correct, clearance void time 0115, if not by 0115.
Alright, copy all, and we'll get back to 7 Romeo Foxtrot.
I just report airport.
We will do that, 7 Romeo Foxtrot.
Delta 682, fly heading 280, to maintain 2,000.
Delta 1682, fly heading 280, descend and maintain 2000.
Fairway 2002, flight heading 040, descend and maintain 6000.
040 down to 6,000 for depth 2.
Air Mexico 99, left turn heading 130 with New York. Air Mexico 99, you with New York?
Departure now, I'm with you, Mexico 99, you,
Air Mexico 99, New York Center, left turn heading 130, on maintain 11 left south.
130, 11, 11,000, Air Mexico 99.
Air Mexico 99 heading 100, on maintain 11,000.
Okay, 100 turning now on 11,000, Air Mexico 99.
Yeah, I'm showing you descending you, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to do the way here, so it's, everything's happening at once.
Okay, no problem.
(9131) Kilo 2 mile, right base.
Right, the glide slope is alive, looks like we're intercepting it nicely here.
Cessna 9131 Kilo, right base.
31 Kilo, wind 170 at 7 runway 13, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 13, 9131 Kilo.
Up Swan.
Delta 1682, left turn heading 250, intercept the localizer.
Delta 1682, left 250, intercept the localizer.
Air Mexico 99, flight heading 070.
070, Air Mexico 99.
Okay, Warlock armed.
Delta 1682, 4 miles from Zalpo, maintain 2,000, post Epsilon, will buzzer, clear eye left runway 22 left approach.
Delta 1682, maintain 2000 till established on the localizer, clear to LS 22 left. Right, Warlock capture, glide slope capture. I'm heading 224, 3000 feet. Set.
Radio altimeter.
Delta 1682, tower 91, good day.
Delta 1682, confirm 1181.
19-1, 119.1.
119.1 Delta 1682, thanks, bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, flap 5. Kenny Tower, good evening, Delta 1682, ILS 22 left.
Delta 1682, Kenny Tower, good evening, wind 200 at 6, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Runway 22 left, clear to land, Delta 1682.
Ship 7, are you up?
Kennedy Tower, JetBlue 7 with you, holding true runway 22 right at Echo.
JetBlue 7, Kenny Tower, no delay, wind 200 at 6, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff, no delay.
Sir, clear for takeoff from the 22 right, and we copy the wind for JetBlue 7.
Gear down, flip 15, landing checklist. Start switches, continuous, recall, checked, speed brake, arm, green light, landing gear down 3 green, auto brakes 3 set, and hold it there. Flaps 30.
1000.
Checked. Flaps 30, 30, green light, landing lights on, landing checks complete. Manual flight.
JetBlue 7, good job, contact departure.
Over to departure for the JetBlue 7, thank you, sir.
Approaching minimums.
Checked.
Minimums.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up, thruster is normal. $100 knots. 80 knots.
JetBlue 7, are you on frequency?
6 knots, manual brakes. Let's get rid of this so that we actually see something.
Delta 1682, welcome to Kennedy, cross runway 22 right, no delay, contact ground point 9 on the other side.
Delta 1682, cross 2 to right, no delay, and ground point 9, good day. Alright, cross 2 to right, no delay, so that's what we're gonna do first.
JetBlue 2473, I'll return to cross 13 left.
JetBlue 2473, cross runway 13 left at Delta Bravo, continue taxiing Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, Echo.
Cross 13 left via Delta Bravo, then you continue Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, and to Echo, JetBlue 2473.
American 2525, cross runway 13 left at Echo. Correction, at Delta Bravo.
Crossing 13 left at the
Trancaday Delta 1682, crossing 22 right in hotel.
Delta 1682, Kennedy ground, hello, taxi straight ahead, hotel to the ramp, have a good night.
Delta 1682 straight ahead, Spy Hotel to the ramp, and could you just confirm at which terminal we're actually parking? We're not a local, sorry.
Delta 1682 is going to be Terminal 4.
Terminal 4, Delta 1682, thanks.
Triple 2473, contact tower 119.1.
Terminal 4 is the international one, okay.
7, have a good night.
So, hotel is then going to the right here.
What's my taxi route after 12 left?
Yeah, that's it. And then we're
American
going all the way
2525, straight ahead, Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, Echo.
to this one.
Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, Echo, American 2525.
American 2525, contact tower 119.1, have a good night.
119.1, have a good night, American 2525.
I believe it was JetBlue 918 calling Kennedy ground?
Yeah, affirmative. JetBlue 918, we have hotel looking for pushback.
JetBlue 918, Kennedy ground, good evening, pushback and start up at your discretion.
Push and start our discretion.
So, that's hotel all the way in. We'll park some over there. Right, recall checked. That's anti-eyes. Oh yeah, the probe heat is off. Right, we don't have auto probe heat in this airplane, it seems. Okay, so we've got our 3 minutes. Shutdown engine number 2. We'll park all the way in the back of there. Starting APU. And yeah, I think we gotta go left and then go right again. It's a little strange on the ground layout here, but well, I see where this is going. Now there's our line. Actually, this is a heavy gauge. Is there any normal one on the other side? No, not really. Okay, well, we've tried. No marshal or no guidance system, so we've just got to do this by judgment. %, and the shutdown checklist. Fuel pumps, 1 on, electrical on APU, fasten belts off, window heat off, probe heat off, any eyes off, electric hydraulic pumps off.
Frequency information India is now current.
Voice recorder, fortunately not installed on this version of the airplane. Or rather, the switch is not installed, an actual voice recorder is of course installed. Air compacts, auto, engine bleeds on, APU bleed off, exterior lights set, start switches off, auto brakes off, speed brakes, down intent, flaps up no light, parking brake set, start levers, cut off, weather radar off, transponder 2000 standby, CB/RCB in, cockpit door unlocked. Checklist complete. So let's get us out that jetway. Oh, that looks like the system actually tried to connect it already and then I just cancelled it. Sorry for that, guys. And let's get ourselves some loaders as well. And here we are. So, jetway's on, door is open, and we want to deboard all our passengers. Let's begin with that,
22 right to taxi via
and we'll also
Delta
offload
Alpha,
all the cargo.
Bravo, Delta Bravo, Foxtrot Bravo, Echo, cross runway 13 left.
22 right via Delta Alpha Bravo.
We'll keep the airplane over here, we're going home now.
Echo, cross 31 right, JFK.
Alright, so we've arrived in New York. It's been a fairly nice flight. Well, what can I say? You've seen it, you can judge it better than I can. So, once again from my side, very welcome in New York Kennedy Airport. This is, by the way, the standard Asobo airport, as I'm not aware of any fancy add-on for this one yet. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the flight. Once again, this is a beta version, so the few issues you saw were all known as far as I'm aware and are being worked on. And I hope you enjoyed it. I look forward to welcome you again for a future flight, and if you have any questions or suggestions, you're more than welcome to put them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I possibly can. Thank you very much, and see you next time.